Let you know time is ticking. Time is counting down. The Olympia is coming. History is in the making. And I'm just trying to be that number 15. I'm working hard each and every day, pushing my body here in Kuwait, focusing on nothing but bodybuilding to make this happen.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So I've got a couple interesting stories for you guys today. The first story, yet again, we have kind of a sad story this week. So the passing of Gene Rychlak Jr. So for those of you guys who don't know who Gene was, he was the first man ever to bench press over 900 pounds and also the first man ever to bench press over 1,000 pounds. So in powerlifting and in the bench press specifically, he really was a powerlifting legend. I'm going to roll a clip for you guys of him performing that 1,000 pound bench press right here. So in addition to being a legend in the bench press, Gene Rychlak Jr. also founded the RPS Powerlifting Federation, or the Revolution Powerlifting Syndicate, which is a very popular powerlifting organization. They're the powerlifting organization you'll see all the time on Instagram or in YouTube videos with the bright neon green plates, the bright neon green colors. They were becoming really a pretty popular powerlifting organization. You had big name guys like Larry Wheels competing in this organization, so it was a pretty popular one. And RPS put out this post on their Instagram and Facebook pages a couple days ago announcing the passing of Gene, saying, "Some of you may know that Gene had a heart condition. This morning it took its last beat. Gene is now at rest and reunited with his mother and his beloved dog." So Gene was a pretty big guy. He was like 345 pounds, I believe, when he completed that 1,000-pound bench press. And I believe this post is written by his wife, and it goes on to say that Gene's life and our life is powerlifting. Even though these are the worst circumstances for those who love him, the RPS PA State Championships and the GPC Summer Qualifier will continue as scheduled in his honor, and there are no plans to cancel any meets based on his passing. This is what he would want. We may have started RPS, but its legacy belongs to the lifters. Amy. So very sad to hear the passing of Gene Rychlak Jr. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends, and of course the whole RPS community. So I wanted to start out this video with a moment of silence for Gene Rychlak Jr. Now, next up in the news, we had the NPC USAs this weekend. For those of you guys that don't know, the NPC USAs is an opportunity for bodybuilders to turn pro. It's one of the biggest amateur NPC shows there is. And at this show, the newest IFBB Pro was crowned. So in this show, you had some pretty big names. You had Nick Walker, who we talked about a couple months ago, I guess. The 24-year-old bodybuilding freak taking second in the super heavyweight category. You also had Vincenzo Massone, sponsored by Animal. He took fourth here. In the super heavyweight category, you had guys like Nathan Epler. And the winner of this show was a guy named Zach Merkel, who won the super heavyweight category and then went on to win the overall at this show. So Zach is your newest IFBB Pro from winning this show. And looking at some of the photos from the super heavyweight category, the comparisons, you can see Nick Walker and Zach in the middle there. Nick is on the left, Zach is on the right. Nick is the shorter guy in the red trunks, Zach is the taller guy in the black trunks. I actually, based on the photos, I would have had Nick Walker beating Zach Merkel. Just from the photos that I've seen, he looked sharper. His color was very, very good. I think his proportions were a little bit better. His midsection in particular seemed to be a lot better defined. There was a lot more detail, whereas Zach's looked a little bit cloudy. But overall, I think Zach definitely deserved this victory, and congratulations to him for becoming the newest IFBB Pro. Hopefully we'll see some great things from him in the future. Now, next up in bodybuilding news, we had an interesting post from Bonac and Roelly Winklaar, where the two of them, I believe at about 7 weeks out from the Olympia now, did a training session together. And Bonac had the caption, "With the Beast, Roelly Winklaar having a great chest session in Sport and Fitness Center with BC Photography, making Roelly out-angle me. You are fired, Jeffrey. Damn, this dude is from another planet. Good luck with the last weeks of prep. Catch up soon, big bro. Now, this post was interesting because most people think that the top 3 at this year's Olympia is going to be Brandon Curry, Roelly Winklaar, and William Bonac. So likely you have 2 of the top 3 in this photo right here at 7 weeks out, which is something you really rarely see this close to the Olympia. It would be kind of the equivalent of seeing Phil Heath and Sean Roden training together at 7 weeks out from the Olympia. Phil Heath and Big Ramy training together at 7 weeks out from the Olympia. That's kind of what I would equate this to. So I thought it was a very, very cool post to see these 2 guys have this level of camaraderie this close to the show when competitiveness is really going to be at its peak for most guys. And then, of course, also in the news, if we're talking about the top 3 at the Mr. Olympia, it would not be complete if we weren't talking about Brandon Curry, probably one of the top prospects to win the 2019 Mr. Olympia. Brandon Curry posted this training video at 7 weeks out, looking primed and ready for that 2019 Mr. Olympia. And I think, honestly, our Arnold Classic champion from 2019 is looking to be the biggest threat on the Olympia stage this year. And again, I think even though we're missing those big names, the Phil Heaths, the Big Ramys, the Sean Rodens, the Kai Greens, even though we're not going to have those guys there, I think we're going to have quite a battle between William Bonac, Roelly Winklaar, and Brandon Curry. And I'm still just as excited for this year's Mr. Olympia as I ever have been. I think it's going to be very competitive. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be interesting who does show up, who doesn't show up, and who our new 2019 Mr. Olympia is going to be. Because no matter what this year, that's one thing we know for certain, is there will be a new Mr. Olympia crowned in 2019, and I'm very excited to see that happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. We're getting closer to the Olympia, so of course there will be plenty of Olympia updates on this channel to come, so make sure you subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.